It's 2017 and Old Time Radio DVD is still here. Check out our new customer ownership program and the lowest prices ever. Just go to oldtimeradiodvd.com for full information about this wonderful program. Don't forget our new program, 123 Ready TV. Folks, this is really a great app for Android and Windows phones, computers, and tablets. And it's only $19.99. In the near future, we will be adding a new component to it, Old Time Radio. It's a great product for 2017. Visit oldtimeradiodvd.com today. Place your order. You'll be glad you did.
Lux presents Hollywood. The Lux Radio Theater brings you Jane Withers and Jackie Cooper in Her First Beau with Edith Fellows. Ladies and gentlemen, your producer, Mr. Cecil B. DeMille. Greetings from Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. The Lux Radio Theater is getting old. Not in spirit, but certainly in years. That fact stared us in the face when Jane Withers and Jackie Cooper arrived at our stage door for rehearsal. I suppose I'd expected them to remain at an age when I could win them completely by sending out for chocolate ice cream cones. When the Lux Radio Theater began, Jane Withers was a little girl in pigtails, making her first picture. Now she's a young lady, with all the rights and privileges of stardom. When this curtain rose for the first time, Jackie Cooper was a very recent graduate from the Our Gang comedies. And now, well, he has his own razor and speaks baritone. So much for the tricks of time. Jane Withers and Jackie Cooper are starring for us tonight in Her First Beau, a picture they made together at Columbia, one that I'm sure will take you back to your own youth for a pleasant reliving of the time when you had, or were, a first beau. That's an exciting time for boys and girls, and for fathers and mothers. I speak from personal experience. But the young ladies of first beau age in our audience are very important to us. They seem to be our best friends and severest critics. Best friends because no group in our audience is more loyal to Lux Flakes, and severest critics because they always have pronounced opinions on the way we're running this theater. Sometimes they think we're right, sometimes they don't. And they don't keep us guessing about what they think about our product either. The girls in Maine may like different stars and plays than the girls in Montana. But way down east and way out west, they all agree that Lux Flakes is, in their own words, simply super. I understand that is the highest award the younger generation gives. Now for a gay and lively play. Her First Beau, starring Jane Withers as Penny and Jackie Cooper as Chuck, with Edith Fellows as Millie Lou. The curtain rises on Act One. Penny Wood and Chuck Harris are pals. They live next door to each other, attend the same high school, and drink the same sodas out of separate straws. Once in a great while, Chuck will even carry Penny's books for her, but their fellowship is purely platonic. They are pals. Chuck is building a glider. Not a model glider, but a man-sized job, which he hopes will carry him aloft, and which Penny hopes will bring him back safely. As he works over it lovingly, Chuck is all enthusiasm. Penny is frankly skeptical.
Look at it, Penny. Look at those lines. Isn't it gorgeous?
Oh, I don't know. I guess it's all right.
What do you mean it's all right?
Well, I mean it isn't gorgeous like pink satin and poetry and things.
Oh, it is like a bird is.
Yeah, if it flies.
Oh, it'll fly all right. You'll see tomorrow when I take it up.
Oh, Chuck, I wish you wouldn't. You know, you don't fly so good.
Oh, you're swacky. Didn't I get Spike shipped to fly 10 minutes?
Yeah, 2 minutes in the air and 8 minutes through the chicken house. You might have broken every bone in your body.
Oh, bones don't break that easy. And even if they did, they knit right up together again when you're young. You sound just like my dad.
Oh, but he's right. You know, you could have been hurt when that glider smashed up. And besides, that one didn't have all these new thingamabobs you put on this one.
That's why it smashed. With this new stabilizer, I'll have almost as much control as the air currents. Now, let's see. All we got to do now is get this waterproof paint on.
Why's it got to be waterproof?
In case I come down in the lake, that's why.
Oh, Chuck, you're not going to try and cross the lake, are you?
Well, sure I am. Now, come on, help me paint, will you?
Oh, I don't think I'd better. You're going to break your neck, and I don't want to feel responsible. No, I don't think I'd better.
Oh, Penny, what do you want to be such a wet blanket for? Flying isn't hard.
Maybe not. But my dad always says the hardest thing about flying is the ground.
Oh, anyway, I don't want to be a flyer. I just want to build planes. I got to, Penny. It's like, well, like you feel about being a great dancer.
I don't.
Like you said, you don't what?
I don't want to be a great dancer anymore. I just made up my mind about it last week. I'm going to be a great rider like Edna St. Vincent Millay.
No. Well, I'm going to build clippers, too. You know, those great...
You know what, Chuck? I bought a whole box of typewriting paper, and I've saved $4.25 toward a typewriter, and then I'm just going to lock myself in my room and write and write and write.
Yeah? What about?
Well, I haven't made up my mind just yet. Besides, you've got to suffer before you can write.
Huh?
I said I'll have to suffer.
Well, gee, you can't just square off and suffer. It's got to sort of happen to you.
Life does it to you. You know, a lady novelist was talking on the radio the other day, and she said that everybody had a book inside of them, but you had to suffer to get it out.
And she must be swacky.
She is not swacky. And then she said you go along doing all sorts of everyday things, when all of a sudden you find yourself in the midst of a great sorrow.
Watch out for that can of paint.
She said that's when you're ready to write.
Penny, the paint.
When your world crumbles about your ears and everything you hold dear to you just splashes at your feet.
Hey, the paint! Look out!
Oh,
Now look what you did. A whole can of paint.
oh, Chuck, I'm sorry.
Splashing at your feet. You splashed it, all right.
Oh, now, Chuck, listen.
Look at that mess. Look at it.
Well, I said I was sorry, didn't I?
Oh.
I'll pay for your old paint. I'll buy it out of my typewriter
Oh, it isn't
money.
the money. It's the principle of the thing. You've set me back a whole day.
All right, so you break your neck a day later. What's the difference?
Penny, dear, are you in your room?
Mother, please.
Why, what's the matter, dear?
Well, Mother, you might knock before you come into my room like that.
Knock? Why, dear?
Well, I might have been writing.
Were you, dear?
Well, no, but I might have been.
Well, then it's all right. Here, Penny, I bought you a dress for Saturday night. Your last year's one's really a disgrace.
Saturday night? What goes Saturday night?
Mervin's coming home from college.
Oh.
I thought we might have a little party for him.
Mother, do I have to call him Uncle Mervin this year? It sounds awful silly.
Oh, I don't know, dear.
Well, after all, when a girl has an uncle that's only 5 years older than she is, I think she just ought to call him Mervin.
Very well, dear.
And after all, Mother, I'm not a child.
Of course not, dear. Now, slip into your dress. Do you like it?
It's nice, I guess. But I'd much rather have had a typewriter.
Well, you couldn't come to a party dressed in a typewriter, dear.
Mother, you don't seem to realize that society means nothing to me. Nowadays, girls have higher things to think about.
And such as what, dear?
Such as careers. Why, don't you think by the time a girl is 15, if she's going to be a great dancer or a great writer, she ought to begin dancing or writing, don't you think?
If you really want to know what I think about a girl 15...
Yes.
I think she ought to begin to wash her ears.
Oh, Mother, you're laughing at me.
If I didn't laugh, I'd cry, darling.
About me?
Uh-huh. Oh, I suppose I'm silly, but every mother looks forward to a daughter who's pretty and sweet and, well, I might as well admit it, popular with the boys.
I wouldn't go across the street for any boy who ever lived.
Not even Chuck.
Chuck? Why, I guess there isn't anything in this whole world that interests me any less than Chuck Harris. Say, wait a minute. I just thought of something. Oh, Chuck! Chuck! Hey, Mushface! Look out your window!
Oh, Hank. What goes?
Can I borrow your bike tomorrow morning? I gotta go somewhere.
Not tomorrow. I got to use it myself tomorrow.
Okay. Hey, wait a minute. Mom wants to know if you and your dad are coming over to dinner.
I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Okay. So long, Mushface.
So long, Hank.
Now, let's take a look at you, son. Don't you think you need a clean shirt?
Oh, this one's okay, Dad. Mrs. Wood said all I had to do was put on a tie.
Nevertheless, you'd better put on a clean shirt. Remember, the first rule for a lawyer is to be well groomed. It inspires confidence, even if you can't win the case.
But I don't want to be a lawyer, Dad. I want to be a mechanical engineer.
Now, just a moment, son.
But if I could only go to Tech next year, Dad.
Chuck, I don't want to hear any more about tech.
Now, look, Dad, I guess what I'm going to be is about the most important question we've got to face right now. Well, I was reading an article that said out of every 10,000 college graduates, 9,000 chose the wrong profession.
Yes, and maybe you'll find flying is the wrong profession.
Oh, how many times do I have to tell you? I just want to build planes. It's the greatest profession of the future. Why, look at the way they invented trains when you were a boy.
Trains? How old do you think I am? Now, change that shirt.
Oh, Dad, please listen. When I think of being a lawyer, I just about go swacky.
My boy, you're just hitting one of those phases we all go through. I remember when I wanted to go into the movies.
Well, maybe you'd have been a lot better actor than you are a lawyer.
Well, of all...
Well, anyway, you'd have had a chance to find out. You wouldn't have to keep wondering and going to the movies and looking at yourself in the mirror when you come home.
If I'd ever dared talk to my father like... When have you ever seen me look in a mirror?
Lots of times, Dad.
That's enough about that. And enough about planes. You're going to forget all this nonsense, Chuck, and do what you're told.
Oh, gosh, Dad, you drive a full of swacky.
And stop saying swacky.
Okay.
Now, get into that shirt. Mrs. Wood will be waiting for us. Come on, hurry it up.
There'll be 5 of us for dinner. Are you sure we have enough, Effie?
Yes, ma'am. Got enough for 5. But I wish you'd tell me when you're going to have guests, Miss Wood.
Yes, Effie, I know. I forgot about it.
Hello, Mrs. Wood.
Hello, Millie Lou.
Is Penny home, Mrs. Wood?
She's upstairs, dear. I imagine she'll be right down. Now, let's see, Effie.
Mrs. Wood, I hear your brother Mervin's coming home from college. My mother said so.
Yes, dear. He'll be here sometime tomorrow.
Oh, Keno, he's awful good looking.
Who is?
Hello, Penny. Your Uncle Mervin. Oh, I think he's just grand.
Now, listen, Millie Lou. Are you going to go gooping around after him again?
Who goops around?
You goop around. You mush around him like a lovesick cat. It's pretty revolting.
Penny.
What's for dinner, Mom?
It's ham. And stay out of the kitchen.
Now, who's going in the kitchen?
That reminds me. Can I stay to dinner, Mrs. Wood? Mother's in town, and I'm all alone with Cook. Please, can I stay?
Why, of course, dear, if you'd like to.
Keno, I'll go home and tell Cook.
Effie.
I know. Tain't 5 for dinner. It's 6.
Maybe you'd better send down for some more ham, Effie.
Too late. I'll stretch.
Evening.
Hello, Tom.
Hi, Dad.
Hello, Penny. Hello, Myrtle.
How are you, dear? Hungry?
I'm so hungry I could bite into anything that didn't bite me first.
Well, go easy on the ham, dear. There are 6 of us for dinner, and Effie's getting mad.
Mrs. Wood, it's Mervin.
What?
He isn't coming home tomorrow. He's here right now.
Oh, for heaven. Effie, 7.
Hi, everybody.
Mervin,
Hiya,
dear.
sis. Hello, Tom. Hiya, Penny. How's it go?
We weren't expecting you until tomorrow, Mervin.
Oh, I thought I'd surprise you.
Let me have your coat, Mervin.
Oh, I'll take it, Mrs. Wood. Can I hang your head up too, Mervin?
Okay, here.
Thanks, though. I'll go home and change my dress. It's nice to have you home again. Well, see you later, Mervin.
Isn't that revolting?
Is she sick or something?
Where's your luggage, Mervin?
At the gas station around the corner. Fellow I drove down would stop to have a tire fixed, and I ran over to sort of fix things here.
Fix things?
Yeah, I asked him to stay over the weekend. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, why, of course not. Effie, 8.
Who is he, Merv?
Roger Van Vleck.
Van Vleck? You mean that killer diller you've been writing home about?
I haven't written about him so much.
Oh, haven't you? He lives in New York and Florida, sang the lead in the Spring Week Opera, plays the accordion.
Ah, put it on ice.
Made the maskers in his freshman year, and his father belongs to 2 different country clubs.
That will do, Penny.
Well, I guess I'll run up and wash. See you at dinner, Merv.
Okay. Say, I didn't do anything wrong, did I? I mean, inviting Rod.
Of course not. I'm glad he's coming. He'll be an extra boy for the party.
Who have you invited, sis?
Oh, just some of the boys you used to know and a few of Penny's friends.
Penny's friends? Do you expect a man like Roger Van Vleck to dance with a lot of giggling little girls? A man who
made the maskers in his freshman year, and his father belongs to 2 different country clubs.
Now listen, Penny!
What's the matter with you?
Children!
Stop calling me children!
All right, now, calm down.
Now listen, sis, listen. While Roger's here, please try and run the house like a house ought to be run. When I visited the Van Vlecks, they had a couple of maids and a butler. And when dinner was served, he didn't just yell, "It's on, you better hurry." He said, "Dinner is served."
Oh, now wasn't that just 2, Ducky?
That's right. Be a hoodlum. Roger's sister isn't a day older than you, but she's always dressed for dinner. And she'd take my arm and say, "I believe you're taking me in, Mr. Roberts."
Oh, really? Well, I believe you're taking me in, Mr. Roberts. Woo!
Now cut her out, Penny, cut her out!
Then don't get so excited. I'll run up and fix the guest room for Mr. Good gracious, I forgot. The guest room's just been painted.
Oh, sis.
Penny, you go upstairs and move your things into my room. You'll have to let Roger take yours.
Oh, Mother, no. Why, I've got to have my room to lock myself into.
Why on earth?
To write. You've got to be alone to do anything really big.
You'll have to put off your writing for a few days, or write something not quite so big.
Oh, but
Here
Mother...
he is. Go on, Penny.
Now
go on.
listen.
Come on, Penny, hurry up, dear.
Oh, Mother, this is a gyp. Mother, I've got to write.
Here you are, Raj. In here.
Hi.
You get the donut patch, Raj?
Yes, everything's super. Shall I bring these suitcases in, or will your man?
Our man? Oh, you mean our man?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see about him after dinner.
It's a nice place you have here, Merv. Looks like quite a village. There were a couple of little numbers down at the gas station that weren't bad at all.
Yeah, we got some pretty sparky zombies here. But will you see my girl, Julie Harris?
Yeah? How you doing?
Okay, but I could use a little of your technique.
Well, who couldn't? I'll give you a few pointers. I say, I'll give you a few pointers someday, Merv.
Okay, only remember, she's my girl.
Well, hello there.
Oh, sis, this is Mr. Van Vleck, my sister, Raj.
How do you do?
I'm so glad you could come, Roger.
Well, I'd have come a lot sooner if I'd have known Mervyn had such a good-looking sister.
Oh, thank you. Mervyn, maybe you'd better bring Roger's grips upstairs.
Okay, I'll be right with you, Raj.
Roger, will you excuse me a minute?
Sure, don't worry about me. I see you've got a piano. Well, that's all I need to make myself at home.
Yes, please do.
Mother, do I have to move out all my clothes just so... Oh.
Hi. Hello there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Mother was in here.
My name's Roger Van Vleck.
Oh, yeah. How do you do?
Say, you can't be Miss Penelope Wood.
And why not?
But Mervyn said that... Well, the old fox. He said you were a scrawny little kid, only 15.
Oh, he did he? Well, how old do you think I am?
Well, it's pretty hard to tell a woman's age nowadays. 19, 20, maybe 21.
Well, you're not so very wrong. Won't you sit down, Mr. Van Vleck?
Thanks. Thank you very much. Do you mind if I smoke, Miss Wood?
Oh, no, not at all.
Perhaps you'd like one?
Who, me? Oh, no. That is, well, I've given it up.
You know, I felt sure you'd say that.
Why?
Well, the minute I saw you, I knew you were one of these really feminine women.
Are you kidding? Well, yes, I am. Oh, yes, I really am. And, well, there's something so masculine about smoking, isn't there? Well, a really feminine woman doesn't do it because it just isn't feminine.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Miss Wood.
Oh, but of course not for a man. It's entirely different. Practically all the men I know smoke, except Chuck Harris. And you know that his father gave him $20 to promise he wouldn't, and he spent every cent of it on his glider.
Really? Is Mr. Harris your fiancé?
My what? Oh, Chuck? Goodness, no. He just lives across the street. And besides, Chuck is only 16. Men are always so much younger than girls, don't you think? Well, a girl who's 16, or anyway, who's almost 16, is years older than a man at 16. Or don't you think so?
I certainly do. But wait, don't move.
What's the matter? What is it?
You with the light through your hair. Beautiful.
Me?
You ought... You ought always to wear red. It's your color.
Red? My color? Oh, red.
You! Hey!
Oh, for heaven's... Would you please excuse me, Mr. Van Vleck?
Certainly.
Who is it?
Hiya, Hag.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, you knew I was coming, didn't you? Hey, something smells good. What's cooking?
Oh, Chuck. I'd like for you to meet our guest.
Who?
Oh, Mr. Van Vleck. This is Chuck. Mr. Harris, who lives across the street. And Mr. Harris, this is Mr. Van Vleck, who's visiting us. He's visiting Mervyn. And Mr. Van Vleck is visiting here from New York and Florida.
I'm glad to meet you, Harris.
Oh.
I've just been hearing about your glider from Miss Wood.
From who?
From me.
Well, he said Miss Wood. Oh. Oh, you... Oh, yeah, sure.
Have a cigarette, Harris? Oh, no, I remember. She says you don't smoke.
Who says?
Miss Wood.
Oh, Miss Wood. What are you talking so much about me for?
Well, naturally, one talks about one's friends. What else is there for one to talk about?
Hey, where'd you get to talking that one stuff?
Oh, one just talks the way one always does.
Yeah, but one never talked like that before. What goes?
Hey, Roger, your room's ready.
Oh, good. I'll be right up. Hold everything, beautiful. I'll just whip up and wash for dinner.
Well, Chuck, what did you think of him?
I don't know. Kind of a dope, isn't he?
What did you say?
I said he acts like a dope.
Why, Chuck Harris, you're speaking that way about about a man who made the Masters in his freshman year and whose father belongs to 2 different country clubs.
Evening, Penny.
Oh, hello, Mr. Harris.
Well, Penny, I hear you have a visitor.
Oh, yes, and he's simply wonderful. Well, if you two will pardon me, I'll just whip up and wash for dinner. Toodaloo.
Well, what's got into her?
Oh, she's swacky.
Stop saying that.
Now I think we're all here. Oh, no, Penny isn't, and Millie Lou.
It's on. You better hurry. I mean, dinner is served.
Thank you, Effie.
Mrs. Wood!
Oh, Millie Lou, you're just in time.
Oh, Mrs. Wood, I forgot I'd asked Shirley and Ralph Wentworth to my house to dinner, so I had to bring them with me.
You brought them. Where are they?
Oh, they're just outside. I'll go out and get them.
Effie. Effie, there'll be 2 more.
That makes 10.
Yes, 10, Effie. What can I do about it?
All right, but it ain't gonna stretch that far.
Now, where's Penny? Penny? Oh, Penny.
I'm right here, Mother. Hello, everybody.
Why, Penny.
What's she all dressed up for? Is that a new dress, Penny?
Why, Chuck, dear, you act as if you've never seen me in a party dress before.
Well, I don't know. Last time I was over for dinner, you wore your tennis shorts.
Oh, shut up. Is dinner served, Mother?
Why, yes, dear.
Oh, splendid. Mr. Van Vleck, I believe you're taking me in.
Of course, John.
This way, Mr. Van Vleck.
I tell you, the girl is swacky.
Mr. DeMille and our stars, Jane Withers and Jackie Cooper, will return in just a moment for Act 2 of Her First Beau. Now, let's listen in a minute. Young Patty is out to land a job in the big city. She's staying with Ellen, a friend from her hometown.
Oh, Ellen, it's so good to see you. I could talk for hours. But if I'm going to land that job tomorrow morning, I've just got to get some sleep. I could do with a little shut-eye myself. Come on, you get yourself unpacked while I fix the couch for you. I didn't bring a thing with me but a toothbrush and a nightie, so that won't take long. Da-da-da-dum, da. Oh, say, Ellen, you have got some Lux Flakes, haven't you? Right on the bathroom shelf, Pam. Okay, I'll just nip in and Lux these undies so they'll be fresh in the morning. I'll be through in a second.
Yes, it takes only a moment to Lux under things every night. New Quick Lux gives you suds so fast. 3 times as fast in water as cool as your hand as any of 10 other popular soaps by actual test. Not just twice as fast, mind you. 3 times as fast. It's so gentle, too. Keeps slips and pretty underthings fresh and new-looking longer. That's important nowadays, when it costs more to replace your lovely underthings. But most important of all, nightly luxing protects daintiness, makes you sure of freshness. Ellen says,
Underthings absorb perspiration, you know. Unless they're luxed after every wearing, you're apt to offend. And the worst part of it is you don't know yourself when you do. Nobody likes to tell you, so the only way to be sure
is never take chances. Get a thrifty big box of Lux Flakes from your grocer tomorrow. Lux underthings every night. Dresses, blouses, and sweaters, often. New Quick Lux comes in the same familiar package. Costs you no more. Now, Mr. DeMille returns to the microphone. Act 2 of Her First Beau, starring Jane Withers as Penny and Jackie Cooper as Chuck, with Edith Fellows as Millie Lou. Penny Wood is falling in love with Roger, who gives her his attention because she's the only girl in the vicinity. Or to express it in the language of the younger generation, Penny is gooing over Joe College, who is slinging the woo heavy on account there aren't any cuddle cats. Now Roger, seated at the piano, is giving out for the song he's just written. Penny gazes at him starry-eyed.
And when I fall in love, my dear, the stars may shine above, my dear, but I won't know a thing, my dear, 'cause I'll be looking at you. Well?
Oh, Roger, that song, it stirs my depths.
You wouldn't kid me, would you?
Did you really write it? All yourself?
Sure, I knock 'em out fast. You're my inspiration, Cookie.
Oh. You know, Roger, you're so...
Huh?
Well, I mean, oh, the way you look and the way you talk. You're not like any of the boys around here.
Well, I guess it's just because I'm a little more of a cosmopolite.
Oh. Oh, I thought you were American.
Yes, of course. But you see, I've been to Europe twice.
Oh. Oh! Oh, Roger, please play it again.
Sure.
Listen, sis, you gotta do something about Penny.
Why, what's the matter, Mervyn?
Look at her in there. I tell you, she's making an exhibition of herself. The whole town's laughing.
Oh, I guess not the whole town.
Well, anyway, the whole street. She hasn't had that party dress off since Roger's been here. Oh, for the love of... Are you in again?
Hello, Mrs. Wood.
How are you, Millie Lou?
Is Penny here?
She's in the living room with Roger.
Gee, he's certainly giving her a big rush, isn't he? Movies last night and some sodas and some Nuit d'Amour eau de cologne. It's $1.50 a bottle.
There, sis. Accepting expensive gifts from men at her age.
I think it's a very good thing for Penny to have a little attention. It's making her think about her look.
I'll say. She was down to the beauty shop before it even opened this morning. She had a hair wash and a manicure. Boy, she sure must be in love.
Love. It curdles me.
Please hurry, Mother. I told Roger I'd be right with him.
I'm sure Roger can spare you for a minute. Here, hold this yarn, dear.
All right.
Penny, I thought I told you not to wear that party dress again. It won't be fresh for tomorrow night.
Tomorrow?